It's a unique place of culture and colour. But the remote community of Wadeye, with around 2,000 residents, is also one of the most incarcerated in Australia.
So many young boys in prison.
But it's one that some are trying hard to break.
We're heading out to a place called Fossil Head. It's probably one of the closest homelands to West Australia. You'll see that this is really a place that heals people, I suppose, in a way, and I see a big future, and this is part of what we're trying to do, is build an economic future for these guys.
Hey, g'day, fellas.
Hey, g'day.
At this homeland outside of Wadeye, these men are searching for ways out of the incarceration crisis.
You start carrying poles down to the tail. Let's get to it now.
With the help of boys on youth diversion, they're building a fish trap in a bid to bring some purpose and economic empowerment to their people.
They'll be proud of themselves. They're catching fish, crabbie.
It's no easy task, driving poles into the mud under the burning sun, which they'll then rig up with mesh to catch fish as the high tides recede.
To be able to have people out here working on their own country, creating a business that will become an income for those guys. It's a small thing here, but our hope is to replicate this across all the saltwater country.
With low rates of education and employment and high levels of dysfunction driven by intergenerational disadvantage, Wadeye's trapped in a grim cycle. Out of the territory's entire prison population, Wadeye makes up 5%. It comes as the jails have been pushed to capacity, with arrest numbers still rising as the new NT government continues its crackdown on crime.
Our kids at home not having fathers and mothers and other people around, it just heavily impacts on so many aspects of our lives on day-to-day stuff in Wadeye.
This men's shed is holding its annual open day, with the wider community invited to come and buy the men's wares.
The men, they're doing the hard work, and they sell their stuff and for the good money.
As a troubled young man, Norman Demoo ended up in prison. He's since changed his ways and wants to engage others to follow his path.
It's no good in prison, you know. You got to stay with your family always. That's my message, telling them.
Out here in Wadeye, many people are working their absolute hardest to try to turn around the community's high rates of incarceration. But it's still very much an uphill battle. One of the biggest challenges that presents itself time and again is how to stop people who get out of jail from reoffending.
We need to be mindful that changing people's behaviour and what they do happens over a long period of time. So we're working to achieve that, to see the difference in the long term.
This elder visits prisons as part of a program and says with many relatives and friends behind bars and 3 meals a day on offer, for some from Wadeye, prison can feel like a home.
When I go into the prison, I talk to the young boys, sit down with them and telling them about this is not your home. Your home's back in Wadeye.
A plea for inmates to change and prevent a life in the system becoming a life sentence for those they love in Wadeye. Matt Garrick, ABC News, Wadeye.